Hey everybody, it's Melodian, and we're going to talk today about providing value, because I wrote about that just recently in a blog post when I was talking about how I became successful and the tools I used and how I got here. And one of the things I talked about was providing value. All the gurus tell you the same thing. If you want to be successful, you need to provide value. But none of them, including me, said, what exactly is value? How do you know how to provide value? I mean, there's nothing out there really that is inherently valuable. No piece of knowledge, nothing is really inherently valuable unless someone places value on it. Let's even use our dollar bill as an example. It's a piece of paper. The only reason that we say it's valuable is because our society says it's worth something. It's worth $1. Or gold. What makes gold valuable? Why is gold more valuable than silver or iron? Really? It's not even as useful as some of those other metals, but we say it's valuable because somewhere down the road, someone decided that it had value. And that has held throughout history, and now gold is valuable. It's the same thing when you're trying to market your business or generate leads online. What's valuable to one person may not be valuable to another. So for me, I value the experience. I value customer service. I want all the bells and whistles and flashy lights and amazing experience that I can have, and I'm willing to pay for it. So if you can provide all that to me, then I'm willing to pay for that experience. But for someone else, they may not care about all that. All they may be interested in is affordability. So if you can give them an affordable experience, then they may be willing to do without a few things, as long as the cost is right. Now, does that mean you can't have both of us as customers? Absolutely not. It just means that you have to market to me what's valuable to me, the experience, and you have to provide to others what's valuable to them. So it could be great prices, or it could be follow-up service. Now, how do you find out what's most important to your people? Well, get out there and ask them. You can do that through a survey. You can do that through just conversation. There's a ton of ways to find out what's of value to your market. But that's what you need to do. You need to get out there and find out what is valuable and then provide it. It goes right up there with all of these, join my newsletters and get this free thing. I've never done that. Well, let me correct that. I've done it occasionally, but for the most part, if you sign up for my newsletter, you get nothing, okay? You don't get a free report. You don't get a free anything. You get nothing because my newsletter is loaded with great content, and it speaks for itself. So people sign up for my newsletter because they want what I share, not because I'm giving some freebie report away that they may not have any interest in. So I'm not saying don't do that, because it does work for some people, and it will attract in a certain sect of people that are looking for that thing that you want. But don't feel like, oh, I have to give away all my stuff because that's what providing value, because it's not. Value is so many things. Value is an affordable experience. Value is an amazing experience. I think the best way to explain value is solving people's problems. If you have the answer to what your customers are looking for, and you can give that to them at a cost they can afford or are willing to pay, that's value. So don't feel like you have to give it away for free. Don't write into it what you think they want. Don't base what's valuable to them on what's valuable to you. I used to do that. Put out a whole ton of stuff, and when nobody jumped on board, sat there and went, oh my gosh, what's wrong with these people? Why aren't they taking advantage of this? Well, it was simple. They didn't want it. It wasn't of value to them. After I went out and ran a few surveys and found out exactly what they wanted, then I started getting a little better reaction, because now I provide to my customers, I do the research, and I provide to my customers what is of value to them. So what you really need to do is focus on your customers and what they want. And unfortunately, you're going to probably have to do that one customer at a time. Because like I said, what's of value to you and what's of value to me may not be of value to the next person. I hope that cleared things up. Probably not. It's a very confusing concept, but it is what it is. Value is in the eye of the beholder. Just like beauty, value is in the eye of the beholder. So figure out what your customers want and then give it to them. And you don't necessarily have to give it away. You can charge for it by all means, but make sure it's of value to them first. Don't be asking them to pay for something they don't want. So, value. Get out there and give it. Find out what it is, provide it, and if you're looking for some ways to figure out what they want, there's all kinds of survey tools out there. Learn how to use them. SurveyMonkey is the one that I use.